Hello everyone. Here we are going to discuss on the blood vascular system of Penaeus indicus. Blood vascular system of Penaeus indicus, it is of open type, or otherwise it is referred as lacunar type. Open type because the blood flows through open channels and spaces. These open channels are referred as sinuses and the spaces as lacunae. Okay, so the blood is not confined to what you call blood vessels alone, but it flows in open channels or open spaces. And these open channels are referred as sinuses and the spaces are referred as lacunae. So since this blood flows through these open spaces, it is known as an open type of circulatory system or open type of blood vascular system. Okay, and lacunar type, obviously, because lacunae is the space through which the blood flows. Fine. And we can find that the whole blood vascular system, it is composed of blood, or it is otherwise known as hemolymph, the heart and arteries, and a large number of sinuses and lacunae. Okay, the veins and capillaries are totally absent in the case of Penaeus indicus. Now, when we speak about blood or hemolymph, it is light blue in color. It is because of the presence of copper containing respiratory pigment hemocyanin. Okay, copper, it gives blue color instead of hemoglobin, which is the blood pigment present in the vertebrates in humans and all. We can find hemocyanin, which is a copper containing respiratory pigment in Penaeus indicus. Okay, and this hemocyanin, it is found dissolved in the plasma. So blood is formed of, or the hemolymph is formed of only plasma and certain colorless amoeboid leukocytes. And it is in this plasma, the hemocyanin, it is dissolved. So this hemocyanin, it imparts a blue color to the hemolymph. Okay. Now, coming to the heart, heart is a triangular organ. Okay, it is a triangular organ, and you can see here in this figure, it lies in the posterior region of the cephalothoracic part of the body, and it is very close to the dorsal, what you call carapace. Okay, it is very close to the carapace. Okay, the dorsal shield, and it is in the posterior region. This you can see over here the heart. The heart wall has 5 pairs of openings, which are known as ostia, and these openings are valvular in nature. That is, it is provided with valves, and it allows what blood to flow only in one direction, and through these ostia blood flows into the heart. Okay, from where uh, the heart, it is being placed in a cavity, in a very spacious cavity, which is filled with hemocoel, and this cavity, it is known as pericardial cavity. Because the cavity surrounds the heart, it is known as pericardial cavity. Okay, since it is filled with hemocoel, it is also referred as pericardial sinus. So heart is placed inside the pericardial sinus, and the ostia, it opens into the pericardial sinus. So the blood flows from the pericardial sinus into the heart through these 5 pairs of ostia. The floor of the cavity, that is what you call the floor of the this pericardial sinus, it is porous in nature, and this porous floor, the porous membrane, it is referred as pericardium. Okay, and these pores are also valvular in nature, and through these the blood flows into the pericardial sinus. Okay, so what we have is a pericardial sinus, where we can find the heart. Okay, the pericardial sinus, the floor of the pericardial sinus, which is specifically referred as pericardium, they have valvular opening, and through these valvular opening the blood flows into the pericardial sinus, and from the pericardial sinus the blood flows into the heart through the ostia. Again, it is valvular in nature, so it will allow only one directional, unidirectional flow of blood. Okay, so this is about the heart. Now, when we speak about the circulatory system, so this is how it is placed. The heart gives off many branches like these towards the anterior, to here it is towards the anterior and towards the posterior part. The anterior part, you can see this is a main, what you call the major, what you call the vessel, which arises from the anterior part of the heart, and this gives off branches, thin wall muscular arteries, and these ends up in various spaces. Okay, we can see here This shows the course of blood circulation. So you can see the heart, the triangular heart, which is surrounded by the pericardial sinus. So this is the pericardial sinus. Okay, ostia communicates with the hemolymph in the pericardial sinus. Now, as already mentioned, the heart gives off many branches. Anterior word, it is the anterior artery. Posterior word, it is the mid-posterior vessel. This mid-posterior vessel, it gives off branches, supraintestinal, as well as this one, it is the sternal artery. Okay, so at various parts of the body, these vessels which takes blood from the heart, it branches and rebranches, and these branches finally it ends up in what is known as blood lacunae. You can see here all these are ending up in blood lacunae. Okay, and these spaces, the blood flowing through these lacunae, all these constitute what is known as a hemocoel. Okay, now what happens later? So body parts come in contact with the hemolymph in the blood lacunae, through the blood lacunae. Blood from these various body parts, especially from the lacunae we are speaking, from various body parts, it is collected by a pair of ventral sinus. You can see here, this is the ventral sinus. So a pair of ventral sinus, one on either side, on the lateral sides. Here you can see here, it's not seen. Okay. So on either side of the body, they have a pair of ventral sinus, and these ventral sinuses, it collects blood from various parts of the body, and then from these sinuses, the blood is carried to the gills. You can see here to the gills, and this is carried via the afferent branchial channel. Okay, and at the gills, what happens? The gaseous exchange take place. That is, it gets oxygenated, and this oxygenated blood is taken from the gills via efferent branchial channel, and then it is taken into the pericardial sinus. You remember, pericardium do have pores, valvular pores. Through these pores, the blood is poured into the pericardial sinus, and from there, through the ostia, it reaches the heart. So the whole cycle is completed. Okay, so you can see here from the heart, arteries, different types of arteries. We have seen anterior and the mid-posterior and supraintestinal, sternal. All these arteries carries blood to various parts of the body. From there, it reaches the blood lacunae, right? And from these blood lacunae, blood is collected by a pair of ventral sinuses, which takes the blood to the gills through afferent branchial channel. In the gills, oxygenation takes place, so the blood gets oxygenated. The oxygenated blood is taken through the efferent branchial channel into the pericardial sinus, from where the blood is passes into the heart through the ostia. So that the whole blood, what you call, course of blood circulation, this is how it is. Okay, so as already mentioned, Penaeus do have an open type of circulatory system, or the lacunar type, typical blue colored hemolymph because of the presence of hemocyanin, and this is how the blood is circulated throughout the body. Fine, thank you.